Hello everyone, I welcome you all to my online classes. Today we are going to discuss about exercise 10.3. In this exercise, a total of 18 questions are there. So I have divided this exercise into two parts. In first part, which we are going to discuss today, in this part we shall discuss question number 1 to question number 9. Okay, so the topic is general equation of a line. From general equation of the line, we shall also learn how to convert the general equation of the line into various forms of the line. What are the various forms of the lines? They are point slope form, 2 point form, slope intercept form, or normal form of the line. So let us proceed now with the part number 1, exercise 10.3, chapter straight lines, class 11, subject mathematics. Exercise 10.3. The name of the chapter is straight lines, class 11, subject mathematics. Before proceeding towards the questions of the exercise, let us have the introduction. Here we shall discuss general equation of the line. What is the general equation of the line? This is written like this: ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. This is called general equation of a line. In this exercise, we shall also discuss how to reduce this general equation of the line in various forms of the line. In various forms of the lines, the very first form is point slope form. Point slope form, which is written like this: y minus y1 is equal to slope into x minus x1. This form is called point slope form. One point is given and slope is given. Second form is 2 point form. This is written like this: y minus y1 is equal to y2 minus y1 divide x2 minus x1 into x minus x1. So this form is called 2 point form of the line. Third one is slope intercept form. What is this? This is written like this: y is equal to mx plus c. M is the slope, c is the intercept. So this is the third form of the line, slope intercept form. Next one is intercept form. So this is written like this: x upon a, that is x intercept is a, plus y upon b, that is y intercept is b, is equal to 1. So this is the intercept form of the line, right? Next one is normal form. This is written like this: x into cos omega plus y into sin omega is equal to p. P is the perpendicular distance drawn from the origin to the line, right? So this way we have the various forms: point slope form, 2 point form, slope intercept form, and normal form. From the general equation of the line ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, we shall reduce all these forms one by one. So let us proceed now towards the exercise. The very first question is, reduce the following equations into slope intercept form and find their slopes and the y intercepts. The very first part is x plus 7y is equal to 0. So what is the slope intercept form? Slope intercept form mean y is equal to mx plus c. In this form we are going to reduce this equation. Here m is called the slope and c is called y intercept. So let us proceed. First of all, writing this equation as 7y is equal to, x will go to right hand side, becomes minus x. We need single y. So this becomes y is equal to minus 1 upon 7 into x. Right? So mx, m is minus 1 upon 7. That is, slope is minus 1 upon 7 plus c, we can say equal to 0. The value of c is 0. So this is the slope intercept form of the given equation of the line. Now coming to next part, 6x plus 3y minus 5 is equal to 0. So according to this equation, we need y term at the left hand side. So we write it as 3y is equal to minus 6x plus 5. Right? But we need only single y. Coefficient of y should be 1. So dividing throughout by 3, y is equal to minus 2 into x plus 5 upon 3. So this is the slope intercept form. 2 minus 2 is the value of slope and this is the y intercept, 5 upon 3. This is the y intercept. Right? Next part, y is equal to 0. Here we can write this equation as y is equal to, we can take any value, okay, m into 0 plus c, mean to say c is also 0. M, slope, can take any value, m is the slope, can take any real value, but c is only 0. Okay, this way we have converted the given equation into slope intercept form. Now coming to question number 2, our next question number 2 is, reduce the following equations into intercept form and find their intercepts on the axis. So first of all, what is the meaning of intercept form of the line? This is written like this: x upon a plus y upon b is equal to 1. So we have to convert this equation also in this form. Mean to say, right hand side should be equal to 1. So we write this 3x plus 2y is equal to 12. Now dividing throughout by 12, we have 3x upon 12 plus 2y upon 12 is equal to 12 upon 12 mean 1. So 1 we have obtained, right hand side equal to 1. Now solving this, we have x divide 4 plus y divide 6, this is equal to 1. So this is the intercept form of the given general form of the line. Now here this is called 4 is equal to x intercept. Right? And from here we say 6 is equal to y intercept. right? Also find their intercepts on the axis. This 4 is called x-intercept, 6 is called y-intercept. Now next part, 4x minus 3y is equal to 6. Again we have to convert this into intercept form. Right hand side should be equal to 1. So dividing throughout by 6, we have 4x divided 6 minus 3y divided 6 is equal to 6 divided 6 mean 1. So 1 is obtained. Now solving this, we have x divide 2x divided 3 minus y divide 3 into 2 is equal to 1. Moreover, we can write this because we should have x upon a. So we can write this equation as x upon 3 upon 2, right? So making this minus sign into plus sign, we can write this as y upon minus 2 is equal to 1, right? So this is the intercept form. Now what is x-intercept? X-intercept is equal to 3 upon 2, and that of y-intercept is equal to minus 2. Now next part, this is third part, 3y plus 2 is equal to 0. So first of all, making right hand side, so we have 3y is equal to minus 2. Dividing by minus 2 both sides, we have 3y divide minus 2 is equal to 1. Now again we can write this as y upon minus 2 upon 3 plus is equal to 1, right? So I mean to say here there is x-intercept. What about x-intercept? X-intercept, there is no x-intercept. Okay, but y-intercept is equal to minus 2 upon 3. Now we have the next question. Question number 3. Reduce the following equations into normal form. Find their perpendicular distances from the origin and angle between perpendicular and positive x-axis. So first of all, what is normal form? Normal form is, this is written like this: x into cos omega plus y into sin omega is equal to p. Geometrically, if I explain this mean this is the coordinate system of axis, x-axis and y-axis. O is the origin, right? And this is the line. From origin we draw the perpendicular on the line. Then this perpendicular distance is called P, and this perpendicular is making an angle omega with positive x-axis. So accordingly we have to convert this general form into normal form. So how to proceed? First of all, writing this way, x minus square root of 3y is equal to minus 8. But because p is the distance, so distance cannot be negative. So making this positive, we have to change the sign throughout. This becomes minus 1x plus square root of 3y is equal to 8. Now what is coefficient of x? This is minus 1. its whole square plus what is coefficient of y? This is square root 3 its whole square, right? And taking the square root of this sum is equal to square root of 1 plus 3, which is equal to 2. So this is the step we follow in this question, that is we divide throughout by this number. So we have now minus 1 dividing by 2, minus 1 upon 2 into x, plus square root 3 dividing by this number 2 into y is equal to 8 dividing by this number 2, we have 4. Now in normal form, x into cos omega value is minus 1 upon 2 and sin omega value is square root of 3 upon 2. Mean to say sin is positive, cos is negative. This happens only in second quadrant. So we can say sin of pi minus pi by 3 is equal to square root of 3 by 2 and cos of pi minus pi by 3 is equal to minus 1 upon 2. It means we write minus 1 by 2 value as cos 3 minus 1, 2 pi upon 3 into x, cos omega into x, plus square root 3 upon 2 value is sin of 2 pi upon 3 into y is equal to 4, right? So what was the question? But is find their perpendicular distances from the origin. Distance is 4 unit and angle between perpendicular and positive x-axis, that angle is 2 pi upon 3. Next part number 2, y minus 2 is equal to 0. Again we have to convert this into normal form. For this purpose we need to write equal to y is equal to 2. Okay, now there is no need to divide by the coefficient of y because this is already 1. So what we can say, x into cos which value of omega can make x 0? Of course this is pi by 2 because cos pi by 2 is 0. 0 into x equal to 0 plus y into sine of omega sine pi by 2 which is equal to 1. This is equal to 2. So the value of angle is pi by 2 and p perpendicular distance is 2. Now next part, this is part number 3, x minus y is equal to 4. Again we have to convert, we have to reduce this into normal form. So what is the first step? Dividing both sides by square root of coefficient of x is 1 its whole square plus coefficient of y is minus 1 its whole square. So we have this value is square root of 2. So we have now 1 upon square root of 2 into x minus 1 upon square root of 2 into y is equal to 4 upon square root of 2, right? Now again this is x into cos omega plus y into sin omega is equal to p. Mean to say cos omega is equal to 1 upon square root of 2 and sin omega is equal to minus 1 upon square root of 2. So in which quadrant cos is positive and sin is negative? Of course, this happens only in fourth quadrant. So what we can say? We can say that cos of 2 pi minus pi by 4 is equal to 1 upon square root of 2 and sine of 2 pi minus pi by 4 is equal to minus 1 upon square root of 2. So this way we write x into cos 4 into 2 8, 8 minus 1 7 pi upon 4 plus y into sine of 7 pi upon 4 is equal to p is 4 upon square root of 2, right? So this is the normal form. Now what is the next question? Question number 4. Find the distance of the point minus 1 comma 1 from the line 12 into x plus 6 is equal to 5 into y minus 2. So first of all, we convert this equation into general form. That is, we write this as 12x plus 6 into 2 12, 672 is equal to 5y minus 10. That means we write this as 12x minus 5y plus 82 is equal to 0. Now, how to find the distance from this point? This is the point P, minus 1 comma 1, and this is the line 12x minus 5y plus 82 is equal to 0. Perpendicular distance we are going to find, right? So this distance, perpendicular distance d is equal to 12 into coefficient of x. Coefficient of x is 12. In place of x we write this point x abscissa minus 1. Next is coefficient of y is minus 5, and in place of y we write ordinate 1. Next is plus 82. Okay, to make the distance non-negative we put modulus sign both sides, divided by again the same thing, coefficient of x is 12 its whole square plus coefficient of y is minus 5 its whole square, right? Now solving this we have minus 12 minus 5 plus 82 whole divide 144 plus 25 square root. So this becomes 12 plus 5 17. 82 minus 17 divide 169, that is 13. So this is equal to 5 8 7 65 upon 13. 13 into 5 65. So 5 unit is the required distance. Question number 5. Find the points on the x-axis whose distances from the line x upon 3 plus y upon 4 is equal to 1 are 4 units. So first of all, any point on the x-axis. On x-axis y is always 0. So we can write like this, a comma 0 is any point on the x-axis. And what is the line? We can write the equation of the line this way, 1 upon 3 into x plus 1 upon 4 into y minus 1 is equal to 0, right? So like the previous question we have solved, we can find the perpendicular distance d is equal to x coefficient is 1 upon 3 into, in place of x we write a, plus y coefficient is 1 upon 4, in place of y we write 0. Next is minus 1, we also put modulus sign, divide square root of coefficient of x is 1 upon 3, its whole square, plus coefficient of y is 1 upon 4, its whole square, and distance, this is given to be equal to 4 units. Now solving this, we have 4 is equal to a upon 3 minus 1 modulus sign, divide 1 upon 9 plus 1 upon 16 whole square root, right? So this mean we can say, squaring both sides we write 4 into 4 16 into 1 upon 9 plus 1 upon 16 is equal to, this is also a upon 3 minus 1 its whole square, right? So we have 16 into 16 plus 9 divide 9 into 16 is equal to, we can write this as a minus 3 whole divide 3, that is a square minus 6a plus 9 upon 9. So 16 and 16 is cancelled, 9 left side, right side is cancelled, so we are left with now a square minus 6a plus 9, this is also plus 9, minus 16 is equal to 0. Mean to say, factorization we have a square minus 8a plus 2a minus 16 is equal to 0. From here we say the value of a is 8 comma minus 2. So substituting the value of a in this point, we have, the points are, when a is 8 then 8 comma 0, and when a is minus 2 then minus 2 comma 0 are the points on the x-axis whose distances from the line are 4 units. Now we shall discuss how to find the distance between two parallel lines. Suppose y is equal to mx plus c1, y is equal to mx plus c2 are two parallel lines. How we can declare that these two lines are parallel? If slope of the two lines is the same, it means the lines are parallel, right? So here these two lines are parallel. Then how to find the distance between two parallel lines? Distance is equal to modulus of c1 minus c2, c1 minus c2 whole divide square root of 1 plus m square. So this is the rule how we can find the distance between two parallel lines. Now coming to the question. Our question is question number 6. Find the distance between parallel lines. First part, 15x plus 8y minus 34 equal to 0 and 15x plus 8y plus 31 is equal to 0. Now in this question, either we should reduce this into slope intercept form, otherwise we can also use the same formula. If two parallel lines are written like this, a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0 and a1x plus b1y plus c2 is equal to 0. Because two lines are parallel, it means the coefficient of x should be same, coefficient of y should also be same. Then d is written like this, this c1 minus c2 whole divide square root of coefficient of x which is a1 its whole square plus coefficient of y which is b1 its whole square. So this is also the rule we can find the distance between two parallel lines which are written in this form. So in this question a1 is 15x. So how to find d, distance between these two parallel lines? Modulus of 31 minus plus 34 whole divide square root of coefficient of x is 15, its whole square, plus coefficient of y is 8, its whole square. So this becomes 65 divide 15 whole square is 225 plus 64. 65 divide square root of 289, that is 65 upon 17 units. So this is the required distance between the two parallel lines. Similarly, we can find the distance between two parallel lines, part number 2. L into x plus y plus p is equal to 0 and L into x plus y minus r is equal to 0. So this we write here, Lx plus Ly plus p is equal to 0 and Lx plus Ly minus r is equal to 0. Moreover, we can divide by L. So we have x plus y plus p upon L is equal to 0 and x plus y minus r upon L is equal to 0, right? So this way, now what is the perpendicular distance? D is the perpendicular distance modulus of p upon L minus becomes plus r upon L whole divide square root of coefficient of x is 1, its whole square, 1 plus 1, which becomes p plus r divide L square root of 2 into L. Or we can say this whole is inside the modulus sign, outside square root of 2 units is the required distance between these two parallel lines. Next question. Question number 7. Find the equation of the line parallel to the line 3x minus 4y plus 2 equal to 0 and passing through the point minus 2 comma 3. So first of all, the required line, that the coefficient of x will be same, that is 3x. Coefficient of y will also be same, minus 4y, because this line is parallel. But here this will be any constant. Suppose this is c is equal to 0, but this point, this line passes through minus 2 comma 3. So we put x is equal to minus 2, 3 into minus 2 minus 4 into y is equal to 3 plus c is equal to 0. This becomes minus 6 minus 12 plus c is equal to 0. That means the value of c is 18. So this equation becomes 3x minus 4y plus 18 is equal to 0 is the required equation of the line. Now next question. Question number 8. Find equation of the line perpendicular to the line x minus 7y plus 5 is equal to 0 and having x intercept 3. So first of all, finding the slope of this line. What is the slope? Slope we can say m. M is equal to minus coefficient of x divide coefficient of y. This is also one way of finding the slope of any line. So here the slope is m is equal to minus x coefficient is 1 divide coefficient of y is minus 7. So the value of m is 1 upon 7. But the given line is perpendicular. So slope of given required line will be reciprocal, it's reciprocal with negative sign, minus 1 upon m, that is equal to minus 7, right? So suppose this is m dash, right? Now what is the equation? We can see equation like this. In slope intercept form we can write y is equal to m dash x plus c. So here m dash slope is minus 7, y is equal to minus 7x plus c. Okay, now x intercept is 3. So intercept form, what is the intercept form? This is like x upon a plus y upon b is equal to 1. So making this, converting this like this equation, we have 7x plus y is equal to c, right? So dividing by c, we have x upon c upon 7 plus y upon c is equal to 1, that is making right hand side 1. This is given that x intercept is 3. Here x intercept mean c upon 7 is 3, that mean the value of c is 21, right? So this equation, required equation, becomes x upon c upon 7, that is 3, plus y upon c 21 is equal to 1, right? Or we can say 21x plus 3y is equal to 363 is the required equation of the line. We can also divide by 3 throughout, so this becomes 7x plus y is equal to 21 equal to 0, minus 21 is equal to 0. Now next question, question number 9. Find angles between the lines square root 3x plus y is equal to 1 and x plus square root 3y is equal to 1. So first of all, converting these equations into slope intercept form, that is we can write this equation as y is equal to minus square root of 3x plus 1, and this equation becomes y is equal to minus 1 upon square root of 3 into y into x plus 1 upon square root of 3. That is, we say this as y is equal to m1x plus c, and this equation becomes y is equal to m2x plus this is c1 and this is c2, right? m1 slope of the first line is minus square root 3, m2 the slope of the second line is minus 1 upon square root 3. Now the question is how to find the angle between the two lines. Suppose theta is the angle between the two lines, then we can write the formula tangent of theta is equal to modulus of m1 minus m2 whole divide square root of 1 plus m1 into m2. Like this we can substitute the values. So we have tangent of theta equal to modulus of m1 is minus square root of 3 minus m2 is minus this becomes plus 1 upon square root of 3 whole divide 1 plus m1 which is minus square root of 3 into m2 which is minus 1 upon square root of 3. So from here we have tangent theta is equal to, this becomes minus 3 plus 1 upon square root of 3 whole divide, this minus 3 cancelled 2. So what we say that tangent of theta is equal to minus 2, that means after out the modulus sign this becomes plus 2 upon 2 square root of 3, that is tangent theta is equal to 1 upon square root 3. So we know that theta is equal to 30 degree and 150 degree gives the same value 1 upon square root 3. In the first quadrant theta tangent is positive, in the third quadrant